Life is good 13. 13 love to y'all. You are creation 13. Um, Today I want to talk to you about facing your fears. This is one of the most challenging concepts or challenging parts of your life that you will experience. Um, because everybody has fear. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Basically, what that means is you're allowing your emotions to take control over you, and you have to learn on how to conquer those emotions, conquer those fears that you have. Now, fear is many different things. You know, to me personally, fear is hiding yourself in a corner and letting everybody else um, do the work for you instead of you doing the work for yourself. Holding on to things is fear. Attachments is fear. Um, Religion is fear. Um, New age is fear. Um, Anything that is categorized can be a fear or an attachment. Now, how do you break out of that fear? Expand yourself, just like the previous video. The reverse effect. You have to dig yourself out of the fear factors. View your fears. Why do you fear what you fear? Um, why do you have attachments that limit yourself? Um, you have to look at these things and learn on how to conquer them, because it's not easy. I mean, it's not. I mean, for me personally, I had a lot of fear when I was growing up, and a lot of that inner reflections of fear was there when I was a child. If you watch my shadow beings video, I went into detail on my experiences, on my um, fear experiences, or at least something or a being was trying to persuade me or control me to keep me in a lower state of being. Because there is beings like myself that are here. We have a mission here, and we're fully aware of it. We just have to remember it. So ever since I was a child, these powers that be, or these unseen beings, are aware of people who are here to make changes in the world. We're here to spread the light of change into the world. So if you have that kind of heart or that spiritual essence within you, it's going to be shared and embraced. But to share that, you have to physically and emotionally experience both sides of things, both the negative side and the positive side. If you're all positive and everything, you're never going to relate with people who are in the negative state. And everybody who is in the negative state um, are never going to know what it's like to be in a positive state. Um, that's fear and attachment, because they don't know how to do things. That's why you have to dig yourself out and experience both aspects. So I was able to experience negative aspects for a reason, so then I can learn how to conquer self. You know, because I always strived for positivity in my life and strived for um, a peaceful state of being. I strived for that, but I always experienced negativity because I needed to conquer the negative side of self. Once I learned on how to conquer the negative side of self, which it took me a long time to conquer that negative side of self, then you can actually start molding and understanding what a positive state of self is. A positive state of self isn't everything is good, the whole rainbows and skittle terms. It's not that at all. A positive state of being is creating creation, not destroying things, but creating things, being an inspiration to others. That's a positive state of being. It's not no lovey-dovey stuff, and just, oh, everything is all good and stuff like that. No. A positive, like I said, positive state of self is being an inspiration and living your heart and creating things, without judgment or, yeah, without judgment, basically. You just have to learn on how to communicate. Like I said, don't bash people for their choices in life, but help them expand and look at things differently. And that's how you conquer your fear. But you can't do that until you learn how to conquer negativity and fear stuff. I had experienced that to conquer that negative side of self. So once I was able to do that, then I was able to grow in the positive state of self. And then once you do that, you intertwine both together. Therefore, fear is gone, and that false evidence appearing real disappears. So then you intertwine yourself and become in a oneness state of self, which is what? Your Christ-like self. And therefore, you can begin to create and become a co-creator in things. Like I said, be an inspiration to others and help people uplift their spiritual state of being. Not religion, but your spiritual state of being. That is how you conquer fear. And you have to experience both. And when I grew up, like I said before, I was born in a Christian home. So I was told, you can't watch anything bad, you can't listen to worldly music or so on and so forth. Religion keeps you away from negativity, right? They keep you away from it. But the thing that makes it not a good decision to do is because you're going to experience negativity no matter what. You're going to have to, when you go into the world, you're going to experience that. And that creates hatred in yourself when you keep people away from things. If you keep people away from negativity and limit yourself, you're never going to be able to grow spiritually. And while it's a good idea, because I mean you know we don't want to scar our kids. We want our kids to have a very positive experience. um, that's where you teach them on what positive and negative is, right? Now, I mean, you don't want to force your kid to watch something bad. No. Um, you just want to make them aware of what they can experience if they watch something. If they watch something bad, you're gonna say, "Hey, you're gonna have bad dreams," and you have to let them look at that. Does that spread fear? Um, no, it helps them learn what negativity is, and then they can decide on what they want to experience. But don't keep them away from things, because if you keep them away, they're going to want to experience it more and more and more, based upon my personal experience. I was told to stay away from things, so it made me curious. Um, so I wanted to explore into it. So so it's learning how to think on how you want to uh, do things, I guess. This video is kind of expanding deeper into things, but never turn down negativity, never turn down positivity. You want to experience both. To conquer fear, you have to conquer positive, negative, and positive. You have to conquer both. You have to experience both. That's just how it is. Um, no matter what lifetime you experience, you're always going to have negative and positive, and you have to master both. Positive is fear, negativity is fear. It's the same thing. False evidence appearing real. So yeah, so I'm gonna end it on that. Give you guys, uh, you know, a new way of looking at what fear is, and looking past the symbolism of fear as well. Like I said, false evidence appearing real. So when you look at that, it's reflections of self, basically what it is. Positive self, negative self. You know, both fear states. You gotta conquer them both to become a Christ-like state. So yeah, so if you have questions, let me know. But yeah, it's just time to conquer fear and learn on how to expand and become the creator that you're here to be. Be an inspiration to others and uplift that spirit within each person. Um, the more people that we uplift in spirit, the more Christ-like beings will be on this planet to help change that world into something awesome. So yeah, so um, I love you all very much. Love yourself, shine bright, be an inspiration to others, and talk to you in a little bit.